What's up, everybody? You're listening to Roundtable Wrestling Radio for Tuesday, May 30th, 2017. I'm Joey924, and I'm out of retirement. With me, as always, Prince York.
Oh, man.
That 2 weeks was one hell of a 2 weeks.
That's the Jay-Z of the podcast world, y'all.
You sound like Ric Flair.
Yeah, chill. From Queens, New York?
The one, the only, the Byron.
From the Bronx in New York?
Innocent, a.k.a. Big O.
And from Chicago, Illinois?
Laura Phoenix.
I just want to say, by the way, I wasn't here obviously for the last 2 weeks. And
I missed last week, so
apparently all hell has broken loose. Hell is frozen over. I turned on my TV and there's a show that has AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and none of those guys are the champion, but Jinder Mahal is the fucking champion of the WWE. Not those guys.
Mahal.
But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm good with it.
Just saying, like, I'm not complaining either, by the way. I think it's awesome, but it's just kind of mind-blowing that the jobber of jobbers is the fucking champion that Bruno Sammartino had.
Yeah, me and O spoke about this last week that I think the shock that everybody had on their look at the pay-per-view was not the shock that he pinned Randy Orton. I just think it's the shock as this guy used to be a jobber, like what the heck? Now all of a sudden he's a champion. Look, it's one of those things. But
it's one of the most incredible turnarounds I've ever seen.
But you know what? They've been doing a great job by pushing this guy to the moon, making him look strong enough to go into the pay-per-view to fight Orton. Even coming out of the pay-per-view, they're doing a great job by doing a Punjabi, whatever fucking celebration it was. And
that was awesome when he came out the limo.
Yeah, I mean, but all that stuff, it really helps him look, and it builds up his character back. I mean, not back because he never was any top star, but it helps his character look like he's supposed to be where he's at.
Always right, man. When he comes out of the limo and he has that grin in his face, he looks like a bad guy. Like that's a bad guy. Anybody would recognize that that's a bad guy. He has that bad guy look. And when he came out to the limo, man, that was just priceless. I thought it was worth it just for that moment.
And then he has the theme song with the Hindu rapping and shit. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, okay. I kind of have.
I don't like.
No, I think it's funny. I don't know why. Something about that theme song. I kind of like it. What did I say last week? I never was a fan of jobbers jobbing for years and years, and then they win one number one contender match, and next thing you know, they're the fucking champion of the world. It barely happened. It's the first time, but let's be honest here. Randy Orton was boring everybody. There was nothing special about Randy Orton's title reign at this moment. They would desperately need to try something new, and now, what is it, the second or the first week into it? We all know why. It's definitely because of the India thing. Right. They showing clips of the Indian news. He's doing interviews with India media. Let me tell you something. Did you see the clip? The clip is their main news, like a Fox 5 news. Their main news covering Jinder Mahal.
It got a lot of, and by the way, it got a lot of American press too. Like that was all over the place over here. Like honestly, it was a genuine like Undertaker streak breaking moment. The crowd. And by the way, the fans that go to these shows, they are so obvious that they want to get on camera, so they put that shock face.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like it bothers me to it drives me crazy because they're doing it on purpose. It's like, come on, you're not shocked. Shut the fuck up.
You know what was the funny thing about that whole shock thing or whatever? They showed a couple that the wife was literally like laughing, like dying laughing about it, like not even shocked. She was just laughing the fact that Jinder Mahal became a champion. That was the first and last time we seen that clip. And we always got to see that Beavis and Butthead looking a little boy, and then we got the other one who's holding his head.
But I still think it's the craziest thing in the world that you have Nakamura, AJ, all these talents, and Jinder Mahal is the number one guy. Like that is fucking insane to me.
Yeah. But like I said, they're doing a good job, man, by keeping him where he's at now. By
the way, SmackDown, the far superior show now. Far superior.
It looks just the way that they're
everything.
The matches and everything. It just is delivering so much better than Raw is.
Dolph Ziggler beat AJ Styles today in the main event, y'all.
I have not watched Raw in 2 weeks. I've only watched SmackDown, and last week I wasn't here last week, obviously, but that main event last week was one of the best television main events that I've seen in a long time, with Nakamura, Owens, and AJ and Dolph. Man, and by the way, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph propelled Dolph Ziggler back into being a serious guy, in my opinion.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think sparked. You know what I think what sparked it, because you know how we weren't feeling Dolph Ziggler as being a heel, like something about him was just real corny still, right? But I think when he was interacting with Kevin Owens in the tag team, and he was being that bad guy with another major bad guy, I think that really rubbed him. That whatever Kevin Owens had rubbed on him, and it made him look as a big heel as Kevin Owens that night, because I didn't see him as a big heel like that until that night.
He had it during the Nakamura match, man. I thought Dolph Ziggler did a very, very good job in that match. Really good job.
That match, let me tell you something about that match. And that's like I said last week, and I don't want to, repeat myself what I said last week, but to be honest with you, last week I said that pay-per-view was built around Nakamura, and he opens the pay-per-view, which was a big mistake. And to me, that match just, like you said, brought Dolph Ziggler's status back up. It did nothing for Nakamura, in my personal opinion. Dolph Ziggler had 80% of the offense of that whole match, and Nakamura barely beat a jobber. I mean, it didn't really do nothing for me, in my personal opinion.
No, I disagree.
That wasn't a strong debut, bro. It wasn't.
The crowd was absolutely into it. Nakamura did a phenomenal job, and I think again, Nakamura did such a phenomenal job that he made Dolph Ziggler seem like a regular guy again. That's how good of a job Nakamura did.
Yeah, but Joey, you have to agree though. Like, him opening up the pay-per-view, first of all, was not even. I don't think that was the right way to do it, because you had him as the main focus around the whole pay-per-view. They put it was he was on the poster, and it was just weird. It was an awkward thing when I saw.
And then he gets 80% beat up during the match. Like, Dolph Ziggler had 80% of offense. I mean, come on.
And I agree with O on that. I just don't understand how this guy didn't go in the ring. Had a 5-minute match.
Nakamura had awesome offense, dude. When he spit in Dolph Ziggler's face, Nakamura went ape shit on.
I get all that. But always right.
You guys are looking for things. You guys are looking for things.
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yes, you are.
And it's not true, because I like Nakamura, but what I saw
a disappointment or a letdown.
I'm not saying it's a disappointment. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna make this guy the center of attention for that pay-per-view, you don't have him as the opener, and then on top of that, you have him getting beat up for the past 10 minutes, and then his offense.
He came at the end of it, though. Here's the thing, though. The end of that match is where he shined the most, and that's what was needed. That's Nakamura's MO. I shit you not. If you go on to YouTube right now and go and watch the free match from Wrestle Kingdom 10, it was AJ all offense in that match from Wrestle Kingdom 10.
But that's something else.
Same
we're
goddamn MO.
But wait. We're talking about him debuting on SmackDown as on a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
And he's the center of attention. So here's what I would have done. Just check this out. This is what I would have done. I would have had him come out. I would have had him go back and forth for like maybe a minute with Dolph Ziggler, him kicking his ass pretty much for 5 minutes, or maybe a little bit. Ziggler came in, beat him up for a minute or two, but have him be the dominant one and beat Ziggler in 5 minutes. No. I think that would have made him look even stronger than having him there for 10 minutes getting his ass beat, and then he had only like 2-3 minutes of him beating up Ziggler.
It wasn't like that. No, I don't know.
So hold on. So let me ask you a question. So this debut, this was the debut you expected? It didn't lack something? Because it lacked something for me.
I swear to God, I watched the pay-per-view and I didn't think about anything lacking or being disappointed or any of that.
I'm not disappointed. It just didn't have what I thought it was going to have. They had him in the poster. He's in the poster throwing a flying kick like Liu Kang, and he opens the pay-per-view. He opens the pay-per-view, bro, and then he gets beat up for 80% of the match. But yeah, he's in the poster.
Okay, just forget about that, Joe. You saw SmackDown last week, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to dispute that maybe it should have not been the opener. But everything else I dispute. He did not. Dolph Ziggler did not beat him up 80% of the match. That's bullshit. I watched the match twice. Watch it again. I did. I actually watched the match twice.
I did too. I actually had to go back and watch it because I missed the first part of the damn show.
Okay, well, Joe, you saw SmackDown last week, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, did you feel Nakamura's kind of felt it felt kind of awkward with him being in that ring with all those guys? Oh, yeah. And then the way he came on the mic and he said what he said, didn't it feel a little like cringe worthy? Like
definitely was for me.
Like it didn't feel weird to you? Like
I'm used to it. That's how he is. I watched NXT, so it's not.
I told Byron last week that I felt like when he was in the ring. Let me make this quick point.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. There's a big difference with NXT. First of all, when you stick him in that ring on SmackDown, you have Kevin Owens, you have fucking AJ Styles, you have fucking Sami Zayn, you got this fucking Baron Baldwin. You have a lot of main players in that ring. You get what I'm saying? So it's a totally different ball game. Where he wasn't on NXT with all those top guys in a ring to cut a little promo and get on that mic. It's a really big difference. And when I saw him get on that mic, it was a little weird and because I don't know, it just felt weird. I'm not knocking him.
Right. Let's say that it was a little weird. If you saw the main event, right? And you saw tonight when he got jumped and then wrestled. Yeah. Guess what the crowd was behind? Nakamura.
It doesn't matter with the crowd.
It matters. What are you talking about? That's the only thing that matters.
Nakamura could go out there and speak complete gibberish. By the end of the night, at the end of that match, they're still going to be behind him. Period. End of story.
I get all that. I'm saying is eventually, if I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, if always feeling the same way, eventually other people will start feeling the same way. I'm seeing, because look, Sami Zayn came out with the same kind of pop in the beginning, and little by little, it started fizzling because what are they doing with Sami? You know what I'm saying?
Because they started jobbing him out. They're not going to do that to Nakamura, number one.
Yeah, I know, but how do we know that the crowd eventually won't be like, okay, like if you notice when he was in that ring tonight, they weren't really cheering when he got beat, like when he was in that ring with all the guys in there. I don't know if you noticed, like I saw it. Nobody was really like, yeah, this is awesome, and then they were cheering, but it wasn't like crazy either.
I said it months ago when we had this argument, because you guys have been saying this even before he got to the main roster. You've been picking on Nakamura for some reason.
No, we haven't. Well, I haven't.
No, I have not picked on him. I was afraid about his lack of English. That's what I was afraid of.
There's audio proof of you picking on Nakamura. But the bottom line is, I said it months ago when we had this discussion, Nakamura is not going to fade from the fans because unlike you two guys, the fans love Nakamura. they don't.
There was something about that segment last week that he was in the ring with all those stars, and he just didn't come across to be the top star in that ring. And that's my personal opinion. To me, he seemed like the lesser star.
So then the main event with the largest pop of the night.
Now, Joey. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. What do people really cheer for? No, wait a second.
You're not explaining that. If it was so weird and awkward, why did the fans go ape shit in the main event?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Same reason why they were going ape shit for Ellsworth at first, and now look at him now. It doesn't matter what they're doing now. Eventually, WWE knows how to kill something. WWE knows how to. We somebody really.
We already killed his name.
We're already 4 weeks in.
Already killed.
You guys keep saying eventually. We're 4 weeks in. And it hasn't subsided yet.
Listen, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. All I'm saying it can happen. That's what I said. I didn't say it's gonna happen.
3 months from now, you guys are gonna be like, eventually they're gonna start turning.
I don't know listen, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2-3 weeks or whatever the fuck happens. All I'm saying is there's little things that I'm not feeling and how they're fucking booking them. I just feel a little. Listen, the match he had last week with all the guys, it was an awesome match and people were behind him. Yes, I agree with all that. But I think when you stick the mic in his face and he's surrounded by, because I'm telling you, it was an awkward fucking feeling that I had when he was in that ring and he got on the mic. He's like, "You loser," and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it just felt weird, man.
Even today,
that was just you.
Yeah, that's
like I said. That's for me. Like I said,
what are you talking about? Did you hear that promo today? Did you hear that promo today? That promo was cringy. The crowd started screaming "what" little by little. I don't know if you heard that. It was a smattering of "what" chants. Eventually, that's going to increase in the weeks to come. Every time he opens his mouth, you're going to see.
You said that 3 weeks ago, by the way.
And he did it again today, but it wasn't as loud. But it was a little smattering of "what" chants. Eventually, his English is going to expose him.
Waiting for the crowd to turn on Nakamura. That's going to happen. I mean, talk about things that were never.
You don't think that could happen?
No, I don't. I really don't. I'm telling you.
How? You're a wrestling fan.
My argument is not about the crowd turning on him. My argument is about I don't think he's not gonna reach the level that everybody really expected him to reach before he gets here. Eventually, I'm not saying I don't want him to, but I really don't think the level that everybody thought that he was gonna go, championship, Hall of Fame, or whatever. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't think.
They have already laid the foundation work for him and AJ at WrestleMania next year. Guess what? You are 100% full of shit.
Wait. Oh, so you're saying right now that you don't think Nakamura will be champion?
I'm not gonna say it right. I don't think it. I just won't be surprised. Okay. I won't be surprised if he don't. Somehow WWE messes him up by talking too much.
Byron thinks eventually the fans will turn, and you think he'll never be the champion.
I won't be surprised if he won't be the champion. I
got to be honest with you. These are things that another show would say, and I would be like losing my hair if I heard them.
No, listen. Yo, wait a second. Now you're telling me. No, wait a second. You're telling me.
AJ Styles is good. His pops are going to subside at some point.
I don't think you're doing anything wrong with AJ, even though he lost tonight. But I don't see that affecting him. All I'm saying is you don't think. Wait a second. You don't think there's other people that feel exactly like the way me and O feel about what's going on with Nakamura?
I would say the percentage is about 5 to 7%.
No. Wait a minute. I did research. I watch blogs and videos and podcasts, and there's a lot of people that do podcasts. Even that Wrestle Talk, they even said that the debut wasn't as all that. It was lacking something. You know, they booked him really bad in that pay-per-view. A lot of people have been saying that. We're not the only ones. I'm just saying I won't be surprised if WWE somehow fucks this up by making him talk too much English, because Nakamura's back and forth is really cringy. Let's be honest here. It's not flowing. Today, another example of it.
What do you think is going to happen because of his cringy mic work? Exactly.
I just don't. How is the crowd gonna? All right, how the crowd's gonna stay behind him with somebody who they can't get behind his personality? You already know how WWE is. Personality. Hold on.
That got him over.
Wait. I'm not talking about charisma and his little gyrations he do out the ring. I'm talking about back and forths, getting to know the character. You know WWE is all about that. This ain't Japan. You don't got to say nothing and be over in Japan. Over here is different. It's not the same.
Those rules do not apply to Nakamura. I'm telling you. It's not the same thing.
You cannot, let me tell you something. Can I wait a second?
I'm going to be right on this.
Wait a second. Now, first of all, we all know what everybody's into with Nakamura. When he comes out, his entrance is a big deal. Everybody sings his music. But after that, people start cheering. They still chanting his music, right? But when he was in that ring,
by the way.
Wait, you were breaking up. Say that again.
I said they chant his music throughout the entire match that he's wrestling.
Well, what does that mean? But what does that mean to you? Like, what does that really mean? They chant his music.
When they do that,
just like Sami Zayn, they chant his music with him too.
No, exactly. They did it to Fandango 3 years ago, and look where Fandango's at. He's solving fashion mysteries. I mean, come on, man.
By the way,
because his music is catchy. That's why.
That's the best thing going on, by the way, in SmackDown. That fashion police. But anyway, when Nakamura is getting beat down, that's when they start singing the song to build him back up. They're doing it to get Nakamura back into the match. There's a difference between that and Sami Zayn. There's a huge difference. You guys don't see.
Wait, I didn't bring Sami Zayn into it though. I didn't say anything about Sami Zayn.
You guys are trying to compare Sami Zayn to Nakamura, and it's not a good comparison.
Well, that was me saying that.
All I'm saying, I want Nakamura to be successful on SmackDown. Trust me, I like Nakamura. I just feel like the booking on Nakamura is a little weird. It's just a little weird. I'm not feeling it.
But it's like weird that you said this way before he even got there.
That's not true. I know what I said. What I said about Nakamura is I hope he's successful when he gets to the main roster. That's what I said because of all the bad problems that they had with all the NXT guys that jumped ship to the main roster. Okay. And I know he's a different.
Fuck the NXT guys, fucking Japanese people, Korean people in general.
Like I said, it's already we're 5 weeks. We're 5 weeks into Nakamura being there. The crowd's still going ape shit. I want to know around what time. Around what time do you guys suspect that the crowd's going to turn? Just let me know. Give me a time frame.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I didn't say they were going to turn. I said. I didn't say nothing about turning, bro. I think you mistaken voices, bro.
You said if he keeps cutting those promos, that the crowd's going to turn on him. That's what you said.
Can't. I said they can't go behind. They can't be behind his personality. It won't be the same. It's not going to be if somebody that could cut a promo and going back and forth with certain people, showing their charisma and their personality. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to turn on him. I'm just saying I don't think that he's going to reach the level of everybody doing. Everybody wanted.
The way the booking is right now, I'm saying if they continue the same way, to have this little weird thing about him when he gets on that mic and he's surrounded by all the top guys. He's a major star, yes, but the way you book him is only gonna show you how the people react to it, and that's with time. That's with time.
Okay, but exactly. But my point is that if it's so weird and so awkward, why haven't they turned already?
Because it's only 5 weeks. Maybe people are still trying to have both of the guys.
Something is awkward and as cringeworthy as you guys are saying, the crowd would have been. The crowd doesn't wait.
Oh, so hold on. So you think he's cutting some good promos, some Mankind promos? Is that what you're saying?
I never said that. By the way,
all right, but it's cringeworthy. His promos is cringeworthy, is it not?
No, you want to know what cringeworthy is? Cringeworthy is what we had to deal with last night with Alexa Bliss's bullshit. That's cringeworthy.
That was the worst segment in years of Raw.
That wasn't her fault. That was the segment.
No, that was her fault, bro. She was corny. I'm sorry.
She got caught up in that, and it was bad for both parties. Not only for her, but for Bailey and for the writers.
That's the definition of cringeworthy. What you guys are saying with Nakamura, that's not cringeworthy. It's Alexa Bliss. It was cringeworthy.
Okay, now,
turned. By the way, the crowd didn't wait a couple of weeks to turn on Alexa Bliss. They turned on her right there.
I honestly think that whole Alexa Bliss thing, it's not really her fault. I think it was just the booking. Like I said, it comes that she had to go out there and do that fucking segment.
What did the crowd do? They didn't wait for a couple of weeks. They started shitting on.
That's not her fault. She's out there doing her job. Same thing like Nakamura. Same thing like Nakamura is out there doing his job. Hey, get on the mic and say this, say that, and he has to go out there and say what he has to say.
Like Alexa Bliss, it doesn't turn on him.
No, but like that's like you telling me Chris Benoit went out there, and we all know he was a great wrestler, and we all entertained with him and all this and that. But when he got on that mic, he was shit. He shouldn't even have on that. He should never get on that mic.
I don't agree with that either. By the way, I don't think he was shit. It was.
Yeah.
Listen, I honestly think Nakamura. Listen, eventually they're gonna give the mic to Nakamura where he's gonna have to cut a promo. You're talking about SmackDown. You're talking about Raw. This is the main roster. This is what they do. You get on that mic. And
what I'm saying is that another wrestler, it would affect them. Yes, I'm saying it's not going to affect Nakamura. It's not. The crowd is going to be behind him no matter what. I'm telling you.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But all I'm saying is the way I feel is a little.
Like I said, it's 100% right. That shit with Alexa Bliss. First of all, number one, that was cringeworthy, and number two, I fear that could have hurt Alexa Bliss.
It could.
Her momentum.
It could.
I don't understand why in the host of hells do they have to keep on with this Bailey 12-year-old thing and bringing out her boyfriend and then the boyfriend started making out with the girl like people were supposed to.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
It was horrible, man. It was fucking horrifying.
I just think they're desperately trying to get Bailey some sort of sympathy, and it's just not working. It's not working. Nobody cares. Let's be honest here. I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit with Laura, but nobody cares about Bailey, Laura, and you know this. She's already been in the roster for how long? Come on.
I've said it before. That when you force the crowd to sympathize with Bailey, that's the worst thing that can happen for Bailey, because now the crowd is gonna revolt. on Bailey. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. That I'm telling you is gonna happen. That the crowd is gonna turn on Bailey. With the exception of the little girls, but most of the crowd gonna turn on Bailey.
Yeah, the moment Bailey came out to stop the segment, I looked at her as, oh my God, here comes John Cena.
Yeah,
she looked like she was the female John Cena coming down the aisle with her fucking.
Yeah, but John Cena's like, ever since I was a little boy, I used to wear a shirt with Ultimate Warrior. He don't do that. It's not the same. Maybe the colors and all that, but
so corny stuff.
But I'm saying as in.
Yeah, but he has a little swag with him either, and he knows how to cut a good promo when he needs to.
Now he does, but there was a time period where he was corny. There was a time
Ruthless aggression.
But what I'm saying is that if you're forcing the crowd to it's almost like, hey everybody, cheer for Bailey. The crowd doesn't like that. They don't want.
Well, after that bullshit we got last night, if they don't cheer for Bailey, something seriously fucked up.
That was the worst thing that could have happened for both Bailey and Alexa Bliss. They don't need stuff like that, man.
And then Bailey coming out like she's so angry at that horrible, horrible segment. I would have just came down laughing about it. Like she came down like that really offended her. Like
the look on Bailey's face was, I can't believe I have to follow this shit.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That was on her face.
That was a horrible secret. Is the word, by the way, is the word around the campfire from WWE that they know that it was horrible?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, everybody's talking about it.
If you go onto their YouTube page, where they usually post all the highlights and shit, the only thing that they show from that is Alexa coming out, them saying something about it. It's like, what's the hell is his name? I can't remember his name right now. And then they go right to Bailey. They completely skipped over the segment.
People are saying that this is the worst segment so far of 2017, and I have to agree. I don't think there's nothing worse than that
by far.
But let me ask you guys something. Do you think that was Alexa's Bliss fucking fault, or was it the fucking segment's fault?
No, it was the segment, but it was the segment, but Alexa contributed a little bit.
Yes, because she tried to play along with the crowd with the what chance, and it just didn't work. If she was a pro, we're talking about a pro veteran that's really good in the mic.
Right,
she would have made it less cringery. Somehow she would have said something. If that would have been The Rock would have said some funny stuff. I would have forgot about how cringy it was.
Just about to say that. I was just about to say The Rock would have taken that and turned it on them. The Rock would have done that, and that's what a good pro would have done. And I really don't think, no offense to the females, maybe Charlotte, but I don't think any of those females could do that to turn that segment around on the mic wise. We have great talent in the ring.
As much as you ever get.
Alexa was in a very bad situation last night, really bad, and I think it will hurt her a little bit because now people are going to remember that. They're going to make fun of it. Memes are going to be done about it. That was just horrifying. Yeah. Do we know, by the way, if that was really Bailey's teacher or?
No.
That would be great.
It wasn't.
I hope it was.
It's probably somebody that they probably trying to get in for free, and they just brought him in the building or something. I really don't think that was.
It reminded me so much of the Claire Lynch TNA storyline with AJ Styles. That's what it reminded me of when the guy said "I like you" and all that bullshit. I was just like, why not like kiss Alexa Bliss? Wouldn't that be more impactful?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
you think that?
I don't get that. Like, why would he kiss the other girl? Like, I don't understand that.
Well, she was like the best friend or whatever.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss is the one
it was pretty. Yeah, exactly. She's like a best friend. Yeah, that was my best friend in school. She was so nice, but her father was everywhere, always around. Like, really belittling her. Like, my best friend would have never did that.
What was up with the father thing? Like, they were trying to make it seem like Bailey, hanging out with her father too much a little bit there.
She was such a good student. She did her work, but her father was in the same class, just bashing them right after they complimented her. Like, it was really badly done, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know it was so bad. Everybody was like, "She's nice, she's nice, she's nice." Like, what the hell is going on?
So nice, but her father was there, 10 steps behind her. Like, what?
Yeah, what would they? I don't know. They seemed like they were trying to imply something with the father.
To me, it was like some like TV show shit. And then the guy says, "I went to go kiss her. When I opened my eyes, her father was there." Like, what the fuck kind of National Lampoon shit is that? Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what were they trying to say? Like, the father was trying to come on to the guy, or
it was retarded, man.
I don't know.
I know. The father was probably and then with that remote control, like, my God, they made me look like a homo, man. Like, what the hell is this?
Exactly, they did. They really did, though. Like, that's what I thought. I gotta tell you, man, that's one of those segments that really, like, I would be embarrassed if I had people in my house and I was watching that. Like, I would be embarrassed. That's something that embarrasses me with wrestling, honestly, because people will look at me and be like, "This is what you watch," you know, and I can't defend that. Like, there's no defense for something.
You would have been like, "Yes, this is it. This is what I'm doing."
For the last 30 years, I've been watching this bullshit. It's been a part of my fucking life, and I can't get.
You know what I would have said? I would have said, "Yo, they never did nothing like this, yo. You came in the wrong day."
Yeah, no, dude, it was way worse with the Kiss My Ass Club, man. That was real embarrassment that I had. Real embarrassment, honestly. Like, I couldn't look at my father.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you think about it, we used to watch Rikishi give the stink face. Like, that's not very,
Watch wrestling for the first time, and next thing you know, you see Kiss My Ass. I'm like, what
this man pulls his ass, and then William Regal with the chapstick. It's just like, oh my God.
Yo, that must have been so funny. You must have been looking all over, like, side to side with your eyes. Like,
what's up with this? By the way, before I forget, because I haven't been on, like I said before earlier, that I want to say SmackDown. I know you guys maybe not like it as much as I do, but I love Tyler Breeze and Fandango. I think they did a hell of a job on the pay-per-view.
I love that match. I came out reckoning and said I enjoyed that match more than Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler. To be honest with you, that match was fun as hell.
I told you that they could be the Hollywood Blondes of the WWE. I'm telling you, these guys. I
don't think their segment today was as good though.
Oh man, dude, what?
Today it was kind of. You know why? Because I feel like they catered to some like real old school detectives, and like the younger generation is not gonna get it. But the younger generation is not gonna get it though. They're not gonna know what that is.
They'll get it. Dude, Fandango had his thoughts, and then Tyler Breeze could hear his thoughts. Like, can you hear me? Like, that's
but I've seen that in a movie too many times. That's why it wasn't funny to me, that part. But I mean, like I said, I love them as a tag team. I love that match. I felt like that match, showed a lot of comedy with a lot of wrestling, because I felt like Fandango really shined in that match.
They're getting more over than the Usos. They're getting more over than the Cordy New Day. The same routine.
And thank you for bringing that up, because now I guess they gotta have a backseat with the New Day, because now I guess their feud is instantly over.
I love how they made fun of that. By the way, I love how Breeze Dango made fun of that. Like, we got to start a whole new case, because They kind of got pushed out by the New Day. I'm a little over the New Day. I think it's very kiddie at this point. I wish that in the Attitude Era they would have probably done something with that Page thing, but who knows? But they made was this their debut, by the way?
You said what? No, yeah. Today was the first time it came out.
Okay.
And if you notice, they got a pop, but it wasn't really monstrous. I don't know. I felt like it just wasn't really all that.
You need to check the volume on your TV.
No. I'm talking about eventually. Yeah, maybe in the beginning, the surprise and all that. But after a while, I was like, okay, like nobody really. I don't know, man. I didn't care. Maybe I'm talking for myself, man. I didn't care.
I really didn't care. I'll be honest with you. I didn't care.
I wanted to talk about something that happened on Raw. Two things, because Raw was very forgettable. But the two things that stuck to my mind, of course. How do you feel about this vintage Goldust thing? I was really feeling it last week. Last week, I was really feeling it. I loved it. Yesterday, I loved it until R-Truth came on, and then I felt like it was a joke again.
But what does that do with Goldust, though? Like, Goldust was awesome, dude. That was awesome.
It was awesome, but I mean, like, I'm just afraid now. Like, now that they put R-Truth sitting down in the chair, I just don't want this to be some sort of a funny back and forth. You know what I mean? And then I just got a feeling that R-Truth is going to go over, and I really hope not.
No, they didn't do that. I felt like R-Truth became our Ron the Truth Killings last night, because that's kind of the style he was talking, and I love both of them. Goldust, man, that was such a throwback to '95. He did everything. He did everything right last night, man. I loved. That was one of my favorite parts of Raw, by the way. Truly loved that, and I liked R-Truth.
And Killings coming on, going, "I'm sorry, did that break your concentration?"
Yeah, I love both their parts, to be honest. I thought it was very Ron the Truth Killings, TNA.
I mean, I don't expect Goldust to be the champion or nothing like that, but I really hope they do something. One little last run, I feel like he can still do it. He can still go. It's not like he can't go. He goes better than a lot of these young people. But at the end of the day,
I love how he has the old look too. He has the old outfit. I love it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and I got a little hope because if they got Jinder Mahal as the world heavyweight champion, then why not Goldust could do something,
Yeah, he could do something. He's never been the world champion. Well, that's a shame that Jinder Mahal is the champion, but Goldust has never.
And Goldust at his age right now, pushing 50 years old, is a better wrestler than Jinder Mahal. Pushing 50 right now.
A much better wrestler, by the way. I'm sorry. Listen, I like the gimmick of Jinder Mahal, and I think he looks like a bad guy, like O said. But wrestling wise, doesn't do it for me at all. At all. I don't like his wrestling, honestly.
And the other thing I wanted, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was the other?
And the other thing I wanted to talk about, this Enzo Amore getting knocked out for 2 weeks in a row. Is it? I'm leaning more towards Big Cass. I don't think it's the Revival. I felt like they already teased it with the Big Cass. Big Cass is walking around accusing everybody. He's looking like a heel. It's something about it that I'm gonna lean towards. It might be Big Cass, and if it is, it's kind of a shame.
Yeah, but they're trying to give it away with him going up to the fucking commentating table because this guy said it might be him, and he's like, "What are you talking about? It wasn't me." Like, I think honestly, it probably wasn't even him. They're trying to throw people off, just like you're doing right now, and somebody else that we least expected, pretty much. Because they kind of threw it out there way too obvious when he went to the commentating table to confront this guy, Corey Graves.
But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it is him, but
I didn't. By the way, I didn't see what you're talking about because I didn't see Raw. But is that what happened with Kurt Angle? Was Kurt Angle involved with that? Because I heard
honestly, nobody knows what's going on with Kurt Angle. That's a little mystery that's going on right now.
Yeah, I heard the scandal going on.
Well, yeah, somebody messaged Corey saying that they believe Angle is like, what was it? He's a disgrace to his Olympic medal or something like that.
This is good. By the way, this is the setup for Kurt Angle to get back in the ring.
For sure. That's the first thing I said.
Very exciting to me, boy. I wish. By the way, what a shame that Corey Graves had a career-ending injury because that guy would have been the next CM Punk. I'm telling you. I don't know if you ever saw him, Byron, in NXT, but that guy was pegged to be the next CM Punk. You hear Corey Graves on the mic. The guy was brilliant at cutting promos and really good in the ring. And every time I watch Raw and I see Corey Graves, I'm like, man, that's a career that we never got to see, man. I really, really feel for Corey Graves on that because he would have been. He would have been terrific.
I was gonna say you find this shit on. Anywhere under Sterling James Keenan, and you're like, holy shit! Yeah, this kid had it.
He had it. He definitely.
What was his injury exactly? I forgot. Concussions. Concussions, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Him and Desmond Wolf. I'm sorry. Yeah, Nigel McGuinness. Two guys, man, that would have been amazing in this version of WWE with NXT and all that. Like Corey Graves, he would have been the man.
God, what would Sarah Del Rey be like with the women's division?
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. Yeah, she would have been very much a contributor to that women's division. Put on instant classics and all that.
She is in a way, but it's just like
right.
There's another thing that I'm noticing on Raw that I'm not liking, and the fact that they keep indirectly or directly, however you want to look at it, like they keep on comparing Finn Balor's size to everybody else. I'm not liking it. You said what?
How did they do it?
They've mentioned his size a couple times, and yesterday in the match, what was that, 3-way, a triple threat, I think it was. I specifically remember this is the thing that stuck out to me the most about this match was Finn Balor was hitting the two opponents, and it's like they ate the shot and threw him out the ring, and then the announcer goes, "Oh yeah, it seems like Finn Balor got to throw a little more than that because his punches ain't doing nothing to these people." Like basically the way they said it was assuming that he's too small to hurt these big guys. What I mean? And I don't like it.
Can I just say, by the way, I know I've said this months ago, but and I know people don't like it when I say this. What you guys feel about Nakamura, I feel about Finn Balor. I don't get Finn Balor. The Prince Devitt on the indie scene was amazing. He had creativity. He had stellar matches. This WWE Finn Balor, ever since NXT, I have not gotten into, man. I don't get the whole Finn Balor thing. I mean, yes, the entrance. Talk about somebody only with entrance. Finn Balor is only entrance. I'm sorry. I just don't get.
I think that was the idea when they did the 24, though, is to kind of meld the two worlds together.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen his 24? No. Oh, this 24 is amazing. No. WWE does such wonderful work with their documentaries.
Yes,
and there's 24. They actually what can talk they say about him? Japan. They actually talk about it.
They do? Okay, good.
Yeah. They did it.
No, that's good because I was gonna say what they're gonna talk about only his NXT career. I want to hear New Japan.
Oh
stuff.
no, they talked. They actually even went into detail of his friendship with Kevin and Sammy and Neville and Luke.
For Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose too.
They actually talked about when Seth got injured and had to go down to Alabama, and there's a bit of those two together in rehab throwing ball back and forth, and Seth's on the one leg and everything, and he's like, "Come on, Seth, got to get you ready for WrestleMania."
Yeah, what are they doing with Finn Balor? Like I haven't watched Raw, and I'm being serious. Are they doing?
Well, I think
is it a rivalry or something?
I think he's gonna win the match on Sunday.
I think there's a serious build there because what was it last week when Paul Heyman showed up?
Wait, so he's gonna fight?
Yeah, it was last.
So if he wins, he fights Brock, right? I don't think that. Good. I don't think that'd be good, man.
But it's still a lot of people's not sure if he's really gonna win because remember it's gonna be him, Seth, Roman, and
I think that's gonna be because Brock is gonna toss this guy around, and I don't know.
Yeah, man. that's why I'm mentioning his size.
Brock was supposed to lose to Finn Balor. I'm telling you that right now.
You know what? It was supposed to be like I said before, Braun, but since he got injured, they have to go with this guy now, and I don't think they should give him the title shot. I think it should.
No, because don't you think that Brock? We all know how he felt about Dean Ambrose. He's probably going to even feel worse about Finn Balor.
Of course,
Brock is just going to toss this guy around, and Balor. I don't think that's good for him. I really don't. I think he should have a feud with Bray Wyatt. I think they should have like a dark, kind of feud going on with those two. Brock, I'm telling you, if Finn Balor wins that match, Brock is going to toss this kid around. He's not going to want to do business with this guy because he's going to be like this little small guy. And if you're telling me that the announcers are making fun of this guy's height and stuff, Brock is probably going to be like, I'm not losing to this guy. Like, get the fuck out of here.
They're not making fun of him, but they keep on referencing about his size and how his punches didn't affect nothing.
We talked about that the last time I was on. When announcers do that, when JBL gets on the mic and makes fun of somebody, that resonates. Those guys have a lot more power than people think. If you hear something over and over and over again, fans are going to be like, yeah, you know what? Finn Balor's kind of small. I don't
think he's going to win, though. I really highly doubt he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. I think it's going to be a good match. He's not going to beat Brock Lesnar. He's just going to be, just another title defense for Brock. And I think that's the right way. I don't think Finn Balor should get that title now, in my opinion.
Yeah, not now.
His ship sailed, and that's it. It's
honestly,
over,
honestly, I think it should have been somebody else, not Finn Balor.
No. I feel like I think that was a good idea because you don't want Roman to job to him, because they want to keep Roman at a certain status. You don't want Seth to job to him because after yesterday, that was a pretty good match between Roman and Seth.
Yeah, that was a really good match, absolutely.
They want to keep him in a certain status, so why not just Finn Balor? Finn Balor don't got a status right now, so I mean,
Seth Rollins lost. So what the fuck? I mean, if he
loses, it was a really good back and forth match.
I could see Seth doing it. Seth never got in the ring with Brock. They had a little issue. Brock attacked him. They never had a match, so I could see Seth.
They want to keep Seth and Roman, I think, at a certain level. They don't want to keep on that.
Last night, by the way, people say what they want about Roman, man, but in the ring, that dude delivers, bro. Like, he delivered a stellar fucking match last night with Seth Rollins. I don't care what anybody says about Roman. In that ring,
it was a really good match. It was really good.
That guy can go. Roman brings it every fucking week. And by the way, what about the reaction to Roman? How about that for a surprise?
Yeah. Joey, I'll be honest with you. You had an opportunity to watch Raw from last night. Him and Seth went at it.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Stellar. That was a stellar match, man. Stellar match.
It was a really, really good match.
Really good. I really much enjoyed it. I'm telling you, Roman can go. And what about the reaction? Were you guys surprised about Roman's reaction? Like he got a really good reaction.
No, it was a reaction like this was a great match. You really put on a good match. We have to cheer for it. Like there was no way they could boo that after that match. It would just sound stupid.
Nah, people have booed Roman after a stellar match. People have. I was
surprised. It was. I don't know. It's just something about this match, man. The chemistry of this match. We haven't seen chemistry like that in a while, especially with Roman Reigns. And I just felt like I think that's what it was. It was really good chemistry, good back and forth. He won just by a little bit, and the fans appreciated it. That's what I think.
That one spot where he did the drive-by into Seth's back and put Seth into the ring post.
Yeah,
I just went, whoa.
And listen, man, for the second week in a row, I'm going to say I like Elias Sampson or whatever his name is. I like the Drifter. I like his look. I like his gimmick. There's something about him refreshing. I'm actually cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with him.
I found that gimmick so annoying in NXT. Yeah. Now that he's trolling everybody on Raw, I'm just
it's great. Okay. Come on. And then he has the look. I don't know. It's just I feel like everything is a complete package. I'm not saying he's my favorite wrestler right now, but I don't mind.
I think it's only you now.
I haven't seen him.
Now I really think it's only you.
I haven't seen him.
I'm not digging him. I'm not digging that at all.
So he's a part of the Raw roster? I haven't seen him at all.
Yeah. To me, he had a good match with Dean Ambrose last week. A good little showing. And yesterday was a squash match. But,
yesterday he got some squash. Some poor jobber got his ass whooped. God.
But I like the guy. I don't know. He's in shape. He has a nice look. And
that dude was in NXT.
No homo. I mean, a nice look for wrestling.
That dude was in NXT.
Yeah, that was the one that lost the match that he had to leave. Like lose the least town match. You seen that NXT? I think.
No, I didn't see that.
That was the takeover before Chicago.
I don't know. For some reason, I haven't seen this guy. I haven't seen him. I don't know. I keep.
He was in a pay-per-view when Bobby Roode fought Nakamura the last time.
Right. I know. But
let me just tell you what he does. Let me just tell you what he does. All he does is comes out. He plays the guitar. And he's acting like he's just drifting, like he's just out of nowhere, just walking around.
He sings horrible country music with a really bad voice.
Is he the drifter?
Yeah, he's not a drifter no more. He's just Elias Sampson now. That's it.
Oh, it just comes out, it just drifts. The guy's the drifter. I would expect him to drift.
No, he's not drifting no more. That's it. Now he just ends up in the ring when the lights come on and starts singing. He's not even coming. He's not even walking down the aisle. He's just the lights will come on. He's just already there with the guitar, just singing.
I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
He has a guitar.
Yeah, really bad singing though. It's not like he's good or nothing. He's really bad, but it just makes the character.
It's like that guy from the '90s. What was that guy with the guitar?
No, for WCW.
Jeff
he was
Jarrett.
WCW and WWE. He was.
You talking about Max Payne, aka what was his name? WWE name.
It was like something rock or I don't know. I forgot.
The fat dude with the long hair, Max Payne. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I forgot his fucking name.
Like around that time, he went to WWE and
he had a guitar named Norma Jean. Remember?
Yeah. He had actually good matches in WCW. Let me tell you, he actually did have good matches. In
remember
WCW.
His finisher was with the arm and stuff like that. The little arm bar or something.
Yeah.
Yo, I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to segue away from WWE real fast.
Gonna bother that.
No. I wanted to talk about
Lucha Underground's back.
No, Lucha Underground. I'm gonna watch that too. I'm gonna tell you. I know I'm gonna be a little late on it, but Ring of Honor War of the Wars NYC was a fucking phenomenal show. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that show right there was better than NXT and Backlash put together. A lot of action. There was no dull moment, and I will say this: there was a lot of talent in that pay-per-view, man. A lot of talent. And Will Ospreay, I'm telling you right now, that guy. I'm gonna look up more of his matches because that guy was head and shoulders the best talent of that whole pay-per-view. If y'all have not seen that pay-per-view, you have to watch it. It was a great.
It was Ring of Honor.
If you can find it.
Oh no, I got you. I'm gonna link you.
Will Ospreay and Ricochet They've had
I seen that
matches in they've had a second match in New Japan, and they're doing another one here.
No,
soon.
But this match that he had in the War of the Wars, yo, that match was phenomenal. I'm letting you, and that was Adam Cole's last match, last pay-per-view, because they said his little farewell and all that. If you didn't get a chance to watch that Ring of Honor, you have to watch it. It was a really good, and now I'm gonna watch Ring of Honor now. Like that's how much good. That's how good that pay-per-view was.
Wow, that's cool.
It was really good. Really good.
By the way, Shaw would be really proud of you right now.
The only thing about it is I think that's the pay-per-view that sparked up the whole argument between Randy Orton, Bubba Ray, and everybody else with the dive. Because that whole pay-per-view, there was a lot of dives. A lot of fucking dives.
Yeah, by the way, what was up with Randy Orton?
They could have did a couple wild dives, but overall that was a great pay-per-view. And you get a chance to watch it.
So we haven't discussed this whole Randy Orton.
Randy Orton like shitting on the independent, like I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way, man.
Okay, and it's weird because at first I was really pissed off the way he acted towards it. What it was Randy Orton was reacting to an old school wrestler's post about how everything now is all move, or no, hands, entrance, handshake, move, pin, move, dive, super kick, pin 1, 2, 3, handshake, and that was it. And Randy Orton agreed with him, but he came across as an elitist piece of shit.
Yeah, he did.
And then Bubba Ray. You forgot the Bubba Ray part.
Bubba let him in. I think he let him up a little bit. He said, and he posted a picture of himself like, by the way, this is me doing a dive.
And then Randy Orton's reply was, is the difference between young and hungry talent doing a dive compared to an old, fat, washed-up veteran just falling on people. That's basically what he said. And
because when the last time that the Dudleys were in the WWE, him and Orton had actually chilled things.
No, but look at this. But the story doesn't end though, because after he said it, Bubba Ray had a little, reply. Bubba Ray didn't really want to do too much because he doesn't want to burn bridges or whatnot. But Low-Key replied to Randy Orton and basically said, "Why don't you come to me face to face and tell me what you're saying to a real man?" Like basically, he's threatening him. Like, if I see you, I will fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like, say what you're saying to me in my face, like a real man. And it's somebody else that actually, which I gotta find the tweet, because this was a great tweet. Renee Dupree like really got at Randy Orton's ass for that, like really, like calling him boring, saying that his chin lock is boring, and you just on top because your father got a hard on for your father, and you're not nearly as good as your father. I mean, really going at him for that.
What?
So, yeah, Renee Dupree. Say again?
I said, first of all,
I didn't see that one.
Renee Dupree has no room to be talking about anything at all. I'm just saying. Who's Renee Dupree?
He's wrestling independence now.
No, I know, but that's yeah, I know, but still, like, stay out of it. Like, what has he done? Nothing. He's done nothing.
Well, yeah, he's a champion of some federation.
I'm with Randy Orton on that one. I mean, Renee Dupree, really, out of all the people that are going to talk. But by the way,
he's just defending the independence. That's all.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like, if Renee Dupree is defending the independence, that's one thing. But don't attack Randy Orton. Renee Dupree has nothing on Randy Orton.
Yeah, but a lot of people's attacking Randy Orton. Even Will Ospreay has said something about it. A lot of people.
But those guys have names on the independent circuit more so than Renee Dupree, in my opinion. I know who Will Ospreay is. What has Renee Dupree done? We haven't heard Renee
the Bucks actually took it and laughed at it. It was great.
We have not heard Renee Dupree's name in God knows how long until now.
Let me read you his reply. It says, "Randy, everything was handed to you, from your nickname to your finishing move. People can say the same about me, but when you were hired, you were a fat slob. I had just won the Canadian Bodybuilding Nationals and qualified for the Worlds. You had 0 matches, and I had 500 plus. You were the last one Japanese tour. I'm on 49 tours, and you counting. If Triple H wasn't such a mark for your daddy, you would have been fired years ago. And you're nowhere near the worker your father was. You are bashing indie guys. Do what I did. Grow a set of balls and go out and prove that you're special, because I'm sorry, bud. That chin lock you're using is boring as shit. Burning bridges, I don't give a shit. #truth."
And that's Renee Dupree?
Yeah, that's Renee Dupree.
That's my point. That's my point right there. Renee Dupree has no...
He makes a point, though.
He does make a point. I agree with you. But he has no leg to stand on talking about Randy Orton. The guy has nothing. Randy Orton's career, Randy Dupree has not even the 10th of the career of Randy Orton. Is what I'm saying.
And he comes off bitter by saying he's saying
like you're talking about.
But look what. Did you even read what Randy Orton said? Did you ever got to read the tweet of what he said?
I understand. I understand the whole thing. What I'm saying is that I think you need a Low-Key has room to talk. Low-Key's done stuff. Was what I'm saying. Rene Dupree has done nothing. This is the first time we have spoken about Rene Dupree on this show in God knows how long. That's my point.
I like the Rene Dupree, man. I love the Law Resistance.
I did love the Law Resistance, but my point is that Rene Dupree has done nothing. You're attacking a guy who's a world champion on television. You've done nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like just looks retarded. I'm sorry. It looks retarded on Rene Dupree attacking Randy Orton. You know, like he's talking about Randy Orton when he first started. Like that's where he's gonna go. That's where his attack starts when he first started. Like, come on.
Then he talked about his chin lock because boring.
It's weak. It's true. Oh, it's true. Yeah, that's true. But it's weak. It's weak. It's a weak. It is true. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. But I
think that whole thing started because of the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Because it just so happens that it's a million dives in that fucking pay-per-view, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about diving now.
That's true.
And Will Ospreay capitalized on it. Now he's selling shirts that says dive on it. Dive. So that's a smart businessman right there.
That is a smart businessman actually. By the way, we were talking about the guy Max Payne. His name in WWE was Man Mountain Rock.
Yes.
Oh God.
Horrible name, by the way. Horrible.
Man Mountain
He didn't. Let me tell you something. You know that he did not have half of the impact he had in WCW and WWE. Like for some reason in WCW he was like sadistic. He was, he was like really crazy.
Yeah, he was having hardcore matches, dude. He was having a really good.
And in WWE he was just playing the guitar and he lasted a year and that's it. It was over.
Maybe not even that. I don't think. I don't even think he lasted a year.
Man Mountain Rock. Wow.
Man Mountain Rock, yo. That's what we were watching in '95. Man Mountain Rock. That's what we were subjugated to. That and got Bastion Booger.
Mantar. Anyway.
Yeah, Mantar. What's the? Oh God. Like these people are actually in an office and they're coming up with Mantar. Like think about grown men in an office talking about, you're gonna come out with a Mantar outfit. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I would be like, what the hell is going on here? You guys have lost your marbles or whatever. I miss Marty Jannetty.
What was I gonna say, Laura? Since you brought that up, thanks for reminding me because I definitely want to watch Lucha Underground season 3. I gotta watch all the seasons actually. And also, another thing I'm really looking forward to. Don't tell me why. I really want to see that 128 man tournament.
Why would we tell you why?
Because that's a fucking that sounds interesting as hell. You're gonna have John Morrison, fucking RVD, a lot of British wrestlers. I want to see that. And that's going to be this month, I believe. So 120 minutes. You said what? Yeah. No, listen. At this point, man, WWE's boring me to other wrestling federations. I saw Ring of Honor, and it got me really open.
WWE's pretty good on SmackDown. Don't discredit WWE just yet.
Yeah, but I need something different, man. It's getting. Come on, man. If I watch something too long, if I watch that only, I'm gonna start going crazy. I need to watch.
The Money in the Bank looks promising. I think that's gonna be a good pay-per-view. Extreme Rules looks promising too. I think that they're gonna kill it too, on that 5-way at least.
Yo, but Joey, when you get a chance, watch that, bro. I'm telling you, you would thank me later. The ROH. Trust me when I tell you. I'll give you the link later.
And if anybody's never seen that AJ Styles Nakamura match, watch that.
YouTube. It's on New Japan's YouTube page. It's English and Japanese commentary, and I post it on the Roundtable.
I seen the Japanese version, man. And I was still entertained. It was
just to let everybody know, it's also on regular YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, it's a regular YouTube, but they only got the Japanese version though.
Yeah. No, the English commentary is also up.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I like the Japanese version. Something about like I like hearing that shit. I think it's hilarious.
There's Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino, I think, was on English commentary for that one.
Bitches. Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, Kevin Kelly. He was doing Ring of Honor also.
He was in the pay-per-view. Bitch. No, yeah, that was an awesome match. Awesome.
And that was another thing we didn't get into. So Adam Cole, I heard, is officially signed with WWE. I think he's gonna make his well. Everybody's speculating that he'll be in NXT.
He did.
That's the rumors going around because on Ring of Honor, that was his last match.
His goodbye. Yeah, he said his goodbyes to doing the whole being the elite with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and
they jumped him. Yeah, they jumped him out the Bullet Club and replaced him. So you know that usually means.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch that being the elite, man. It's kind of funny. They storyline part of it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But I mean, I don't know much about Adam Cole. I think he was okay when I saw him, but
Adam Cole, let me put it this way, and this is for the females out there who listen. TV does not do that man justice. That's all I'm saying. My daughter's got a crush on him too.
Listen, man, I don't know. I don't know about all that, but And there's a rumor going around that
really good worker.
Damn, what is that guy's name? I shouldn't even brought it up because I forgot his name. Some ex-TNA star is rumored to be going to WWE. I forgot his name though.
Oh, I think
long hair with a beard and tattoos. Gunner. Yeah, Gunner. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, really? Gunner?
Yeah.
Gunner. He already signed.
Gunner's been out of action for a while.
I think we had Gunner on the show. I think we did have Gunner on the show.
Yeah, Gunner.
Gunner's a good dude.
Think somebody broke and they congratulated him talking about that.
Yeah.
Congratulations for signing up with the WWE, blah, blah, blah. He was already giving hints that he's going to take over on one of his tweets. But then somebody said, basically take over. So because he's like, thank God I never quit. I got back into it and now I'm here to take over, basically. So it's like giving it away. And then somebody said, congratulations. I think it was Dave Meltzer. Somebody like that said to him, congratulations on your signing with the WWE.
Joey, you didn't talk about the split of DIY. Did you see that?
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that feud.
Joey.
Tommaso. Joey?
I think we lost him. Hello?
Joey went to the bathroom. You didn't see him get up and he went to the bathroom here in the studio?
No, he's not in the Skype. You got to add him back. Yeah, but I cannot wait for that feud either. I felt like I don't think they should have, broke him up as soon. But the only thing I did like about it, and I said last week that I felt like they didn't give no hints about it, because usually when tag teams are about to break up, they start having little problems here and there in the weeks to come. But there was no problems with them, and he just randomly just threw him through the Titantron. So I thought that was a great way.
Joey lost internet. Oh yeah, no, the whole. I didn't like the what pissed me off is that whole. I love the NXT takeover. That was a really good show. There was only a few things that irritated me. The women's match was kind of, the ending was kind of, but the match itself was good. And then the tag match between DIY and the Authors of Pain. Yeah. The Authors of Pain getting their asses handed to them. How many times? Getting put through shit. Getting all this shit. And then they both come up looking stronger than hell. No selling. All over the damn place. That pissed me off. I was irate with the way it went. And then Tommaso turned on Johnny, and I was just like, okay.
I don't know. I enjoyed that match more than the UK Championship. I don't know. Everybody was saying the UK Championship was probably the match of the year.
The UK match damn near stole the show.
I liked the main event. And then after seeing Ring of Honor, that Will Ospreay match, that shit was way better than a UK match. So, I mean, match of the year, nah. But it was a very, very good match. There's one thing I like about British wrestlers. They have a different style. They got that certain European style that I like. It's different. It's refreshing. And I don't mind seeing it. But I'm not going to go as far as say that was the match of the year so far. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, those guys really, really, like, it was a pullout. Like, they literally put themselves on a pedestal, and they performed, and they delivered that match. It was perfect, the way they did it. I believe that... Dunn is probably the next coming of William Regal.
Yeah, he reminds me of a William Regal. No. Byron, you still didn't see that match, right?
Say what?
You still didn't see that UK match, right?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was too busy jerking off in the bathroom.
What?
You need to seriously watch that fucking match, man.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch. I'm definitely gonna watch. My bad. I was in my own little world right now for a second.
So what's going on? So basically, Rusev is coming back on TV soon. I heard there's already a statement of why he hasn't been on Raw. I haven't.
What was the statement?
So, I know he got transferred to SmackDown, right? Because that's where him and Lana got moved to SmackDown.
I'm trying to see because there's a statement I haven't really.
Oh well, as far as I know, he was supposed to be the guy challenging Randy for the belt at Money in the Bank, but since they went with Jinder Mahal as the champion,
that's the statement right there. Basically, he might come back and go immediately to the main event. So
yeah, but you know what? The thing with Rusev is man, what can I tell you about Rusev? Rusev is good, man. I dug him, but I don't know if he lost his, even though he wasn't on a momentum before he left, but people haven't seen him, and I don't know where he would fit. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if they should just throw him in the main event just like that. Because how can he be thrown in the main event anyways if he can't? He's not going to go up against Jinder.
Yeah, yes, he could. He could come back and say, you used to be my tag team partner, and I got injured.
Yeah, I don't want to champion. I don't want. Yeah, I don't want.
It's gonna happen, bro. Because that's what's gonna happen.
But you know what? If it's gonna be because you were my tag team partner and then you took over, I don't even want to hear it. I just want to. If he comes back, let him come back and dominate a little bit, like he's coming back on a roll and stuff, and build him up again. Because him just coming in and just jumping into the main event, I don't know how that would make any sense and where that would go. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would that benefit?
They don't really have many.
Yes, they do, dude. That's SmackDown we talking.
Yeah,
they have a lot.
No, they have, but as of right now, everybody is occupied doing something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like because they're not gonna give AJ Styles the number one contender. He's not gonna fight for the belt anytime soon. Nakamura's not gonna fight for the belt anytime soon. And Randy Orton is they're only gonna do that feud for so long because it's gonna bore the shit out of us. I feel like Rusev coming back, maybe main event in 1 or 2 pay-per-views with Jinder, it won't hurt nobody. It's just to kill some time.
But then you're telling me that you're gonna pick him going up against Jinder is just making him a face. I don't want to see him as a face. He's too much of a bad guy to be a face. Because that's what he would be if he's going up against Jinder. Jinder right now is being hated because he's playing Arabic type dude, and people are chanting USA here in America. So obviously people are gonna, even though this guy Rusev is not from America either, but he's not the champion. So it's gonna make him look like the good guy going up against this guy, the terrorist supposedly. You know?
Mm-hmm, okay.
I don't know. I don't think it would be a good fit. I don't know, Laura. What do you think?
I don't know. It's kind of weird, to be just to think Rusev as a face. I mean, they're gonna do something pretty damn big. I mean, not unless he becomes like he becomes extremely aggressive as a good guy. He's got to drop. He was as a heel, but if he goes up against Jinder, it's got to be like all out balls to the wall kind of situation.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying about the momentum thing, but I think the best thing that happened with Rusev is him not being on TV for as long as he did. Nice little fresh restart. But he did lose a lot of luster. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's not the same Rusev. He doesn't even have the monstrous aura anymore.
Yeah, but they were building him back up, and then they teamed him up with Jinder, and I don't know where they were going with that because then they stopped doing that. They were in and out with Rusev. No, they were in and out with Rusev, and I just think that they didn't know what to do with him after a while. So. Throwing him into the main event it wouldn't do anything for him. It would just make him be there for that moment, and then he would just dwizzle back down to the mid carders. Like I prefer seeing them taking their time with him and building him back up to be this monster that he was once. And
yeah, exactly, because you already know. You already know if he fights Jinder Mahal, Jinder's gonna beat him, and it's just like, you're gonna push him to lose again. It makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So I just prefer them doing something like that where you build him up and then have him face a good guy, not a bad guy. It just wouldn't make any sense, man.
Have you seen Caitlyn's naked pictures? Have you seen them? They just got.
Caitlyn did Playboy. That's.
No. But this is actually something that got hacked. Because you could tell in the video when you see the video, she's talking to somebody.
I don't remember Caitlyn, but it sounds.
All I know is she is so fucking sexy. Let me tell you something. She's in shape.
She's the one that was the punk gimmick went around the Trish Mickey James gimmick.
Caitlyn.
She's the one.
All I know is
in the Rev Theory Hell Yeah video. That might help a little bit.
Yeah, well, she's already at age, right? How old is she? Because she doesn't look old, but all I know is her in that like schoolgirl outfit, and she's really a sexy woman. She's in shape. She's brolic. I'm not gonna say brolic like a man, but she's really in shape though.
Like
no, not like China, but she's sexy, and yeah, definitely way better than Charlotte Flair.
Years old.
She's what?
She's 30 years old.
Oh, she's 30?
She's still young.
No, she's not older. Because I know she was on WWE a long time ago, so I figured she'll be already in her mid-30s, but whatever. But she's hot. That's one thing I would say. She's definitely hot. Way better than Charlotte Flair's. Let me say right now.
Yeah,
so.
She was married to, I don't know if they're divorced yet or not, but because they split not that long ago, but she was married to that one bodybuilder, PJ Braun, I think his name was.
Yeah, and I think that she's a victim of hack also because the hacker had put like his website in one of her pictures, like, photoshopped it. And she's obviously talking to somebody in that video saying, remember when I went to, the office and I fucked you and this and this and that and took off her shirt. A big breast came out. Gosh, she was sexy. You gotta go see that.
They hacked a video of her?
A video of her and pictures, yeah. But the video is not really doing much though. She's just taking off her top and, rubbing herself a little bit. But
what is she, role playing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, she came in with like the schoolgirl outfit. And the thing about it, I think she was drunk because in the video, she's looking all sexy and she took off her shirt. And when she like tried to sit down on a chair, she almost tripped and bust her ass. So that couldn't have been like nothing that was supposed to be like for a photo shoot or, a video or whatever, because she almost tripped. That looked like she was drunk and she just decided to make a video pouring her heart out. But she's sexy though. That's the moral of the story. Fuck everything else. All right.
Okay.
Laura, what's up with Lucha Underground? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know they're coming back. I haven't had an opportunity to really watch like I want to lately because
there's only season 3. I thought it's been had more seasons than that. It's only 3 seasons.
Yeah, well, their seasons are like uber fucking long because my God, you go on to Netflix where I think the first 2 seasons are, and their seasons are like 30 or so episodes long.
What is it? An hour or 2 hours?
I think it's like an hour and a half.
Well, how is that? Anyways, how is that doing on Netflix? Is that doing any good?
I don't know. I haven't been able to keep track of it, but I know a lot of people that have loved it being there. It's just.
I want to watch. I want to watch the matches, not the storylines, just the matches.
The storylines are.
I would imagine they're a little weird, right? Because now they have Netflix.
Some of the concepts that they have for their matches, I absolutely love. Like they do a battle royal, but instead of it being over the top, people are hitting their finishes and for pins instead of doing over the tops. I love that. Because I don't know, over the top battle royals get to be old really quick. So.
Well, because WWE started doing that shit like every fucking month. Battle royals for this, battle royals for that. I remember that one time in 1 year they did like fucking 20 battle royals for every title, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And Laura, when is the New Japan show that is supposed to be coming to the US? Because I'm interested in watching that. Oh. I don't want to watch their weekly show because I try to sit down and watch one of them, and the crowd was just too small. I need something a little more bigger venue. So And I know that when they introduce the U.S. title and that pay-per-view or whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be a big venue, and I want to watch it.
Dude, you
I
made it
have to
sound like
look all that up again because they're doing the G1 special in the U.S. July 1st is when it starts.
Damn,
it's gonna start. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over in California too.
Yeah. You know why it's gonna be in California though, right? Did you hear the reasoning behind them coming to the U.S.? Because rumor was, and I heard this like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, that supposedly I think New Japan was getting tired of WWE like stealing all their like main stars, you know, like the Finn Balor's, the Asukas, the Nakamura's, the AJ Styles. So you know, since they keep on stealing and raiding their talent, they started signing people to exclusive contracts. And on top of that, they want to do shows in the U.S. to fuck with WWE's market.
They've been teaming with Ring of Honor for the past couple of years, and the Best of the World, and what led up to the Best of the World for Ring of Honor. And I'll tell you what, I kind of wish I had gone to the Ring of Honor show that was in Dearborn, right outside of Detroit. They had fire marshals showing up, turning people away. That's how packed it was in there. But the New Japan guys have been wrestling with Ring of Honor, and it's kind of, it's been a nice little trade-off for everything.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, that pay-per-view, you need to watch it. They mesh really well together. New Japan versus Ring of Honor, it was fucking great. It makes me really want to see some of these stars. The only thing about the Japanese stars, the only thing, like I said numerous of times, is their name. They all come across to be the same person to me. I can never pronounce their name. I never remember their name. That's the only thing.
You're gonna have to get past that sometimes though, because like it was hard for me too at first, and then I got into watching it, and guys like Okada and Shibata and Naito, and I know it all sounds the same to you, but like I said, after a while you start getting used to hearing all these names, and it's just all of a sudden it starts flowing for you.
That's another match that was good in the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Ibushi was in there. Ibushi wears a mask now, right? Oh, he always wears a mask?
I think so.
He wears a mask. They just call him Bushi. And he teamed up with this guy, this Japanese dude with a spiky mohawk. And they fought the Young Bucks. And that was a really good match. That was another really, really good match. Telling you, I got to see that pay-per-view.
I gotta find it. I have.
I'm talking about from the first man. And that dude, I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. They call him the last real man. I forgot his name. Silence, some shit like that. He's in Ring of Honor. He's like an older guy. He looks like a veteran, but I like him. I like his character. I like his whole demeanor.
Silas Young.
Yeah, the last real man, right? That's his name.
Yeah. Silas Young is his name.
I like his whole character. I don't know. He looks like a real legitimate bad guy. He's an asshole. I like that character. The only thing is he's already at age, right? Because he doesn't look like no.
I think the mustache kind of adds to it, to be honest with you.
Does he look like a veteran? When he came out, I'm like, all right, he's a vet, because this guy right here, it doesn't look like no spring chicken.
He's got that look about him. I know that. With the mustache, I don't think he's that old.
He looks like it though, right? He looks like maybe pushing, maybe 40 something, maybe 40 or whatnot. But
I'll have to look that shit up real quick. Hang on. I don't think he is that old.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that, and I haven't been seeing TNA. I gotta watch the last couple of episodes. So,
he's older than I. He's older than I am.
He's in his 40s, right?
Actually, he's a year older than me. He's 37 years old.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, so he's still got a little time. I don't think he'll ever be in WWE. He doesn't really look like a WWE star, but I just like his whole character,
He's got that brutal, I'm an asshole, I'm going to beat the shit out of you look.
Yeah. It was definitely good. He took the New York Yankees jersey off of I forgot that guy's name. It's Japanese. That's why I'm telling you, I be forgetting these people's name. And he took off the New York Yankees jersey since they were in New York and stepped on it and threw it in the crowd. It was fucking great. And I'm from New York, and I thought I popped big time when I seen that. But
I'm just gonna have to start catching up on a few of those. Like,
just watch that pay-per-view. I'm not gonna catch up on everything. I am gonna start watching it, but maybe not every show. Just maybe the pay-per-views or whatnot. But
I've been so behind on everything. Like, I found out about Naito throwing the the New Japan Intercontinental belt up against the ring post and breaking it through Facebook.
Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, he showed complete disrespect to that belt. He came out dragging it, kicking it. He throws it in the ring. He kicks it again. Like, what the hell is he doing?
He's been doing that. What it is Tatsuya Naito, who is one of the members of Los Inconolables de Japón, which is basically the ungovernable of Japan. They're just a group that just doesn't give a fuck anymore. They do what they want and screw everybody else. Naito won the IC belt. He while it's respected, I think it was just at the point where they want to make a new Intercontinental belt anyways, so they would let him get away with it. And he even did this with the when he won the IWGP Heavyweight belt, where he literally just tossed it up in the air and let it drop to the mat.
My God, that was disrespect. I mean, if that would have been anybody in the WWE doing that to the world title, people would have went ape shit about that. Like, how dare you disrespect the belt? But the way he did it, man.
And I guarantee you, because Naito is one of those guys that he's been a part of New Japan for the longest time in the world, and I don't think he's doing it purposely. I do think it's all gimmicked. Like I said, I think it's on the way to building up because
I believe it's gimmicked.
But man, when I saw him throw that belt and it hit the post, and then I see the aftermath. And what's funny is that around the ring they got the young lions, all the guys that are training with New Japan's dungeon right now, and all these guys are surrounding the ring, and the belt gets thrown, and you can literally see the young lions' faces going, "Holy shit!" in slow motion.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because I was saying "Holy shit." Because at first I thought that was one of the Ring of Honor titles. I'm like, okay, I can see why, he's doing that, because, it's a Ring of Honor title. He's from Japan. But when they say he was the, IWGP Intercontinental Champion, I'm like, why is he doing it to his own belt? Like, what the fuck? Like, it made no sense to me, but I liked it at the same time. I thought it was cool.
He is a blood out heel. It's just he does not give a fuck anymore. That's how it is. He goes in there to kick people's asses and. He's got a belt, but he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, no, it's great. I liked it and whatnot. But is there anything else y'all want to? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to remember what else was going on. And he even called out. He noticed that the only people that are raising the stink about this are the fans. None of the guys from New Japan are even speaking up. Not Okada, not Tanahashi. None of these who's considered the vets in New Japan right now, nobody has spoken up against Naito throwing the belt like he did. He's literally called out the entire New Japan, trying to get them to try and say something.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Tanahashi is. He fought Adam Cole, right? He's the one that fought Adam Cole in the main event. Yeah, that match was okay. I mean, it was a good match, but it wasn't one of the best matches in that pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the fucking flips and the shit I was seeing in Ring of Honor, man, that was like probably the last match I probably would have thought about, to be honest with you. Because I thought, okay, I'm watching Adam Cole and I'm going to see what he's all about before he goes to WWE. And it wasn't really much, to tell you the truth. It was a good match, but it wasn't, wasn't that wow,
I think if Adam has worked Okada, who is the current New Japan.
No, I've seen Adam Cole wrestle before, but I just never really, when you watch somebody once a couple times, you don't really remember his whole arsenal. Because I like to watch a bunch of matches that come up, and I forget it later on. So I've heard of Adam Cole, I've seen Adam Cole wrestle before, but that match was supposed to remind me of why he's such a big deal to go to NXT, and I was just like, it was alright.
That was literally just like the battle for him, I think. Was what?
No, that was supposed to be a dream match. Basically, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
It was a dream match.
I have yet to catch up on Ring of Honor and all that. It's so crazy busy. So.
Yeah, but before we head out, is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything else? Everybody good?
I mean, SmackDown was pretty good tonight. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like.
Yeah, I
the
gotta
main
start
event.
paying more. I gotta start paying more mind to it because sometimes I'm finding myself, going on the internet when these shows are on now because it's just not interesting me as much.
Well, SmackDown, the main event was good. I liked the main event. It was a really good match between AJ and Ziggler. I didn't watch the entire SmackDown because there's certain things that doesn't interest me, but definitely the main event was good and it was worth the wait to watch that match. I was surprised that Ziggler took the victory, but I don't mind it either. Even though he went over AJ Styles, I think it helps Ziggler, and he needs that. Ziggler needs that shit. He's been suffering fucking for so long. But the problem with that also is every time WWE does this for Ziggler, he winds up running with the ball, and all of a sudden they take it away from him, and it's like, okay, why the hell did you just fucking beat this guy for?
You know what it is because if you notice, it's a pattern with WWE. For some reason, when there's like a big match that has to do like with a title or something, and it's a bunch of people, and even one that's not really known to like win as much, leading up to the weeks to come until the pay-per-view, sometimes these people that you least expect winning, they start winning. You know what I'm saying? Remember like a couple months ago when the Cologne started to win, because they were going to be involved in some tag team like 5-way match.
But the thing is, but the problem is it's fucking Ziggler, and it just I'm so used to seeing Ziggler on and off, and it's like, hopefully this is the last the last time they do this shit for him, and they give him the ball and he runs with it and he succeeds, he's successful with it, and becomes a big a player. So
well, I will say one thing: Dolph Ziggler definitely has a different aura now about him. He doesn't, for some reason, he shook off the, oh God, Dolph Ziggler's coming now. Now we got to see him lose again. For some reason, even though he's not winning as much, but he shook that off. That, I don't look at him like that no more. I guess the match with Nakamura, the build up, him outshining Nakamura, in my opinion, in that debut match. I don't know. It's something now. It's just a little more refreshing with Dolph Ziggler. Hopefully, they can keep it up.
Oh, when's the Japan tour? Is that the July 4th weekend that they're doing all that?
That's what I was trying to ask you. WWE?
Yeah.
They doing
WWE is doing a Japan tour. Yeah. Hang on here. Let me see.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I know Jericho's scheduled to
be in it, yeah.
To wrestle on that. Yeah, it's going to be late July or late June, early July is when they go to Japan. John Cena also announced, because he was, I guess, in Atlanta the same time as SmackDown tonight, and made a tweet. Looks like he's returning on July 4th.
Yeah, but that was another thing we never spoke about before we definitely leave. We got to talk about how John Cena is going to suddenly cut his layoff short because basically, rumor is the talk is that WWE is really concerned about these ratings drops, and they basically contacted John Cena for him to come back because they need, to boost the ratings.
Yeah, but he was supposed to show up tonight.
He was, was he?
I never heard that.
Yeah, he was supposed to show up tonight, but he didn't. So I don't know. I don't think they need Cena at the moment. I don't think that's going to spark any kind of ratings up. I honestly think that they're doing fine with it without Cena at the moment. They don't need Cena to just come in and. What is he possibly going to do to spark ratings? I don't think it's going to help anything. Anyways, I think they're going to be at the same level. I just think that people are just fizzling out from wrestling in general. I don't think it's, even if you bring Goldberg. Look, they brought Goldberg back and it spiked the ratings of a little bit. It wasn't that much. So I don't think Cena hasn't been gone for that long for people to be like, oh my God, Cena's coming back.
But let me tell you something. They have to do something because, the ratings, it has been really, really bad, I heard.
He's not the guy who's going to do it. I'm telling you, Cena hasn't been gone for that long for them to say, yeah, we need Cena back to bring the ratings back up. He hasn't been gone for that long. So I don't think that's the answer for it. He's been gone since WrestleMania. How long has that been?
I mean, but regardless, if Cena comes back, there's gonna be a little more interest in the product, whoever he fights against.
Sure,
but they have to they got to put him against people that he hasn't really fought like that against, like a Nakamura and even if AJ Styles, he fought him a couple times, yeah, but he didn't have long feuds with him like he did with Randy Orton. He got fresh talent,
Well, he's had a long run with AJ, man, from Raw to SmackDown.
He had what, 3 matches, right? 3 matches against singles matches against AJ Styles.
I don't know how many. I think it might have been 4, but regardless, it started from on Raw and went all the way into SmackDown. So they feuded a while. I know that they did feud for a while. The Bullet Club was involved with it. And
that was before the brand split, I think.
It was, yeah, because they were all on Raw, and then AJ winded up going to SmackDown. He left the Bullet Club behind, and John Cena went there too, and they were both on the same show at that point. So they had a long feud.
Yeah,
like you said, it would have to be like Cena against Nakamura to really be like, oh shit, that's new. But Cena coming back and to say what exactly? I mean, who's he gonna feud with? Same guys he's already fought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they got to put him against kind of fresher matchups. That's right. What I think. But yeah. Before we get off, you want to do some Extreme Rules predictions real fast? Oh, yeah, good on that. Let me know. There's only 6 matches I see here.
No, let's do the predictions.
Hard because I don't remember what's all going on with it.
I got you. So, the first match, Rich Swann and Sasha Banks, who has been.
Yeah.
What the fuck they did with Sasha Banks, but.
Yeah. I wanted to talk. I'm so glad you mentioned that. What the fuck is going on with Sasha Banks? All of a sudden, jumping into this whole. What the fuck is that about? Like, why are they doing that?
Giving her something to do.
That's so stupid.
Obviously.
And it's like so dumb. Like,
dude, she wasn't doing nothing on Raw,
but now she's stepping. Now she's taking a step backwards. Like, come on, man! Like that's so stupid. Like what they're doing now. And now you see Sasha Banks dancing and nothing
because besides Alexa and Bailey, there's really been her and Alicia are the only other 2 active female wrestlers on Raw. Nobody else is active right now.
Now, let's be honest, man. There's something lacking about Sasha Banks nowadays.
But Laura, don't you feel like that's just that's her going backwards? Even though what you said is right, it's true. But it's like her going backwards now, and now she's joining up with this guy dancing and being goofy. Like it's just so backwards.
Yeah, I cannot stand Rich Swann, but yeah.
I would rather her be active with this than not be seen at all. Because you don't get seen, people tend to forget.
No, I think Sasha Banks has made a big impact that I think if she took some time off camera and when she comes back, I think it would be a big deal, her coming back. But her doing this, I think leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
All it did at first was just start between her and Alicia having a match, and then it built into another match, and where Nomar started going off on her, she slapped him, pushed him down, Alicia attacked. That's where it led into this. I'm looking at it, like I said, I'd much rather see her being active than just kind of sitting off to the sidelines waiting for her turn again. Yeah. It's adding to her character. She's not one-dimensional anymore. It adds another dimension to that character.
What
dimension is it? Being corny and dancing? So is this feud going to end where she's like dating Rich Swann too? Like they do?
I doubt it.
First of all, that won't even look right. I don't care if it's storyline or not. It won't look right. Like
my hope is that with this particular match, I don't want to see men versus men and the girls versus the girls. I want to see them all fight. I don't want to see that separation. I want to see Alicia get in there with Rich. I want to see Sasha get in there with Nomar. With Noam. I want to see them doing what the indie girls have been doing, because for the longest time the girls and the guys are not allowed to wrestle each other. That was literally.
But unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. You know, PG. You know, they're done with it.
Calling it a mixed tag team match.
But they always call it a mixed tag team match, and then somehow they still, you know, do the tagging when the other agenda comes in. But
yeah, but my whole point is I don't see this benefiting Sasha in any way. I just see it making her look like just
anything. It's helping bringing Alicia up from the basement, because Alicia has been just a crazy side chick for the longest time. The girl's got skills in the ring. Man, her freaking her little scissors kick thing that she does is wicked.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. I never really looked at Alicia Fox like that as far as for in both ways, looking good and fucking her ring. But she's kind of cute, and on top of that, she actually could work in the ring. And surprisingly, I've seen it, and I'm like, okay, she's not the worst. I'll say that much. But so the opening match is Rich Swann and Sasha Banks versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. Who y'all got?
Rich and Sasha, but I'm kind of hoping it's gonna be a surprise. I didn't get a chance to watch 205, so it could change after I watch.
You know how I feel about this shit right now, so it's like I'm just gonna throw it out there and say, I hope Sasha wins with her new gimmick, whatever the fuck they're doing with
her new boo thing. They're gonna be dancing.
Whatever the hell they're doing over there with her, whatever.
She's gonna dance to the side, and he's gonna gyrate, and yeah. I'm gonna be the oddball. Noam Dar and Alicia Fox as a surprise victory. The next match: Neville versus Austin Aries. Neville versus Austin Aries for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Who do y'all got?
Hey, love the fuck put Austin Aries over already. Please.
That's what you got?
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Austin Aries finally. I think Austin Aries is going to finally get that belt.
I want to see a really good match between these two guys, but they're not giving that time to do it. They're not giving that you go out there and perform as you want to. So it's like I don't have any hopes going into this as it's going to be one of those matches where they'll steal the show, because they have that ability to steal the show, but they're not giving that opportunity to do it, because they're telling them to go out there, don't do this, don't do that. It just becomes like.
Well, I thought the WrestleMania match was pretty good.
Yeah. I think I saw a little bit of it. I don't even think I saw the whole match, but you were saying that on the show. I remember that it was pretty good.
that was a pretty good match. The second one was okay, but wasn't as good
right. And this is why I'm saying, let this be the last time they get in that ring, because I think they fought a lot of times, and not all of the matches were that great. And that's due to the fact that they don't let them fucking wrestle the way they're supposed to wrestle.
I think this is going to be the match that they go all out, and Austin Aries is going to finally get the victory.
That's how I feel. I don't mind seeing it. It's Extreme Rules. Let them go out there and be extreme. Let them go out there.
Let's be honest here. I feel like Austin Aries losing as much as he has against Neville. To me, he lost a lot of his luster.
I think he lost a lot of it. Let me tell you something. I had so much hope for that guy when he came into WWE, when he went on NXT. And I think and I said this a long time on the show, that guy has so much potential that he could have been wrestling top guys like Orton, like fucking, even though he's smaller than these guys, but still he can do it. But when you stuck him into that fucking that cruiserweight shit, it's like, what has he really been doing there but feuding with Neville? It's like he got lost in the shuffle. And now he's like, if he goes onto the main roster and to fight the big dogs, it's not really that big of a deal now.
Well, he ain't gonna fight no big dog. He's gonna be a cruiserweight champion. So,
but that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I think he just lost that momentum that he could have had going into fighting like main eventers.
Yeah.
And I understand why they did it. They did it because they needed a guy to boost that shit up. But when you just rely on two guys to do it, it just doesn't work. You have to get guys like Rey Mysterio and stuff like that to keep those names going, to build up new guys, to have them become stars also. but you're relying on just fucking Neville and fucking oh my god, I can't fucking remember this guy's name. The guy we were just talking about,
Austin Aries.
Austin Aries. You know, it just yeah. I just feel bad for Austin Aries in general. That he got lost in the shuffle.
Well, so we all agree with Austin Aries, or
no? I want Neville to win.
No, you think Neville's gonna win?
I want him to win. So
yeah. Laura, you going Austin Aries?
I'm going Austin. Yeah.
All right, so that's 2 against 1 right there.
The next match. Neville's been doing so good. I just don't think he should lose. I just think he's on a roll.
I think it's time already. I think he's had it long enough.
Yeah.
The next match, the Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. Oh yeah, that's right. In a steel cage.
This is the steel cage match.
Yes.
This is the match that's going to break the Hardy Boys. I see Cesaro and Sheamus going over for the titles, and Matt is going to flip his shit. It's weird because I got a message from one of my friends who doesn't watch wrestling very often. He doesn't watch TNA at all, so he never knew about the broken gimmick anyways. And he messages me, and he's like, Laura, what the hell is up with Matt Hardy?
So he was late on it?
Yeah, he never saw the broken gimmick at all. And
so he's talking about his mannerism right now?
Yeah, and he's like, Matt is acting so weird. And I'm like, he's slightly doing his broken gimmick. What the hell's that? Okay. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I believe he will be broken real soon. I feel like all these reports of, Anthem talking about WWE didn't want the gimmick and in that radio show, I think this is all part of the act. I guess maybe Anthem is playing along with WWE. Like maybe WWE told him, listen, let's not talk about this. Let's just let this happen organically. So I feel like it's been way too much talk for them to say WWE was never interested in it. So I don't know. It's something fishy about that. So I agree with you. I think this is going to break.
Let me tell you something. First of all, I'm glad the Hardy Boys are back. And I've enjoyed what they've been doing. I think a lot of the whole single matches between these two tag teams have been a little bit boring after a while because you keep putting them into the same feud every fucking week. It's like seeing the same shit over and over. But I think him becoming Broken Hardy or Matt Hardy, whatever, I think he needs that because it's kind of getting stale already with the Hardys. It's just the Hardy Boys, and everybody was hyped more seeing Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. That's what everybody wanted. That was the
they still want that. But I don't think it's getting stale yet. Not yet, because they're still getting huge pops.
It's got
they're getting pops, bro, and it's not. The matches are good. They're not boring.
When you're still hearing the delete chant,
it's not getting stale, bro. Not yet. Not yet.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's getting stale because they're facing the same guy over and over and over, and people don't want to see that. They want to see the only thing they want to really see is Matt Hardy break out of that character. You get what I'm saying? That's what's making the Hardy Boys stale. Because nobody really, really, really wants to see the Hardy Boys. You understand what I'm saying? And I think I remember reading something also that WWE knows that it's a matter of time that people are going to get sick of the Hardy Boys.
Listen, I already know what's going to happen. If they don't get the ownership for that broken gimmick, they're going to have something similar. They're going to do something similar with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think is going to happen. Either if they don't do full broken, WWE's going to make their own version and call it something else. That's what I think.
Maybe, but I think they damn well that WWE wants Jeff Hardy to be separated from Matt Hardy. They like Jeff Hardy. They always look at him as that main eventer.
And they do that all the time. And then Jeff ends up getting hurt. Matt then shows up.
It's not about being hurt. It's about him being fucking on drugs, and missing dates. And shit like that.
Well, I've always had a problem with him because of that shit. But you know what? He's cleaned his act. I mean, he's been on a good.
Well, we can't say only him though. They both cleaned his act. Because remember, Matt Hardy was on drugs himself. Wow, during his TNA days. So let's.
Right, but I think they've been good, and I can see.
Yeah, they've been good.
You know what I'm saying? So I give them respect for that because they changed their ways on that. So I think if they were to give the ball to Jeff Hardy, if he wants to run with it, I think he could do it. Would he be successful? Yes. Would he be good on the mic? No.
Jeff Hardy's the type of character he really doesn't need to be good on the mic. It's just something about him that appeals with the ladies and little kids. I really don't know what it is. It's natural. A lot of people can't teach that. But what is your predictions? I'm going with Cesaro and Sheamus. I feel like the Hardy Boys has been beating Cesaro and Sheamus in every type of match since debuting.
So there you go. That's what I'm saying. It's becoming the fucking repetitive and it's becoming stale, man.
No, we're talking about predictions now. Talking about predictions. That Cesaro. That's why I'm going
in that
for
match.
Cesaro
I'm seeing Sheamus and Cesaro going over in this match.
And they should. So I'm gonna go with Sheamus and Cesaro. Also.
Yeah, definitely. The next match, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley in the kendo stick on a pole match.
For the love of God, if there is any goddamn justice in this world after what the fuck they did to, all this, Bayley needs to go over just to prove a point. I'm sorry. Everybody wants Alexa to go over. I just can't see it at this rate.
I truthfully don't care who goes over. I just think Alexa is gonna go over for sure.
I think Bayley's gonna surprise a lot of people. They've been trying to sell Bayley short as far as like her ability to be in an actual hardcore match. I think Bayley's gonna shock a lot of people.
Yeah. So you going for Bayley?
I want Bayley to win.
Who do you think is gonna win?
I want Bayley to win.
All right. So if you're wrong next week, don't say no. I said I wanted her to win. No, that's your prediction right there. Right?
No, I want Bayley to win.
All right, and the next match, Dean Ambrose versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship of the world.
All right, I'm gonna tell you this real quick. Fuck this match. I don't give a fuck about this match because I've seen it so many fucking times. I don't give a shit about it. I don't know what they do with it. Go ahead, Laura.
Miz is hard to call. Miz is going over for the belt.
Yeah, I think maybe the Miz is going to go over just for the fact that Dean Ambrose is stale as fuck as a WWE Intercontinental Champion, and it's just I feel like that
whole feud is stale, and it needs something else.
Yeah, I've always said before, I feel like Dean Ambrose needs to be the one chasing it, not the one who has it. That's my opinion. And the main event, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, who fucking cannot stand now, and Samoa Joe. Fatal 5-way match. The winner becomes the number one contender for the first. You said what?
I don't know how can you not stand Bray. He's some of the best shit on the microphone.
Okay. Let me explain that one part. I like Bray. I really do like Bray. The way they booked him, he loses every major feud. I just find myself daydreaming during his promos because I already know the end result. He's gonna lose the feud. It's not interesting me no more. They have messed up this man's character.
He lost on Raw too, right?
He did lose, right? I don't know.
Yeah, they pinned him. Fucking Samoa Joe.
I mean, exactly. Yes, Samoa Joe, out of all people, who's struggling to get some sort of recognition in that company, beat Bray Wyatt. This is what I mean. I love Bray Wyatt, but the way they booked that guy, it makes me not give a shit about this guy. I'm sorry. It's not the same Bray Wyatt.
It's been pissing me off. All right, I am not a fan of the current Samoa Joe. He is pissing me off. He irritates the shit out of me. I don't give a fuck. Let me put it this way. Any of the other four guys can go over, not Samoa Joe. Fuck that.
I agree with you. Samoa Joe is not doing nothing for me now. And I really do like Samoa Joe. I love his wrestling ability. I feel like he's one of, and maybe it's a stretch, certain people's ears, but I feel like he is definitely one of the best big men in the business right now, especially in WWE. But with that being said, something is missing with Samoa Joe. I don't know if he needs a new look. I don't know. That music, I mean, in the beginning of his music, it sounded like he's flushing the toilet bowl. I don't know if you had noticed that. I can
tell you exactly what went wrong. He got it. He came in as fucking Triple H's enforcer. He injured Seth Rollins. They didn't know what to do with him at that point. Then he started fucking feuding with Sami Zayn out of nowhere. Then he became fucking Kevin Owens' lackey. Well, not lackey, but you get what I'm saying. He was behind Kevin Owens. He got lost. He wasn't the main focus.
He was attacking people from behind every goddamn week. It was the same shit over and over.
Yeah, and he should have been one of those guys that came out. He should have been main eventing. He should have been feared. He should have been given the right fucking feuds. But
I'm just hoping.
I don't know. I don't think they knew what they were doing with him at that point.
I'm just hoping after this pay-per-view, because we all know he's not going to win that. We already know he's not going to win. I just feel like no, he's not going to win. And I feel like hopefully the next day on Raw, he comes out with a vengeance. Like, I'm getting tired of being in the back. You know how that happens. But I just feel like it's not going to happen. I feel like he's going to be in the back burner for a long time.
You think the injury that Seth Rollins suffered is what caused him to be like just got lost, like because they had plans for him, but then that happened and it's just like they just didn't know what to do with him at that point because they had plans for him. I mean, I'm sure of it. If he was supposed to go,
I mean, nobody knows for sure if they had plans for him. There was never no rumors about it. I just feel like he was supposed to be the stepping stone for Seth Rollins for Triple H at WrestleMania. That's what I think they had him planning on doing. It just so happened that he injured Seth Rollins and he looked more like a badass than he was supposed to. I feel like this is the role he was supposed to be in when he first got in the company. Somebody that's almost at the top, but not quite. You know what I'm saying? He's just in the mix of everything that's going on, but he's just not, going for the title. He's not, fighting for the title. That's what I think they're doing with him. And with that being said, I feel like Finn Balor is going to win just to kill some time.
He's not winning, dude. He's not winning. How can you say
I think with all the push that they are doing, not putting Finn over right now would be stupid. That's my legitimate. With Paul Heyman coming out and basically singing the praises of Finn Balor and basically almost daring Finn to win the match so he can face Brock Lesnar at whatever the fuck pay-per-view it's called now.
And also, he hasn't beat nobody, right? He hasn't beaten nobody that's in the match. Everybody has a match. Everybody has a win over somebody that's in the match except him, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You have Roman who beat Seth. Samoa Joe pinned Bray Wyatt. It's like, who has Finn Balor beat? He hasn't beat none of them, none of those guys yet, right? So I'm guessing that's the reason why they set him up to win. Because remember, Finn Balor lost to Roman Reigns like 3 weeks ago. So,
but didn't he beat Seth though when he made his return?
Did he beat Seth? Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so. Did he?
I have to rewatch 24 because that was one of the things that they talked about was his return match. God, that's gonna piss me off. I can't remember that now.
I don't think his first match was against Seth though. I don't think it was that.
I mean, he
on Raw the night after Raw or the night after WrestleMania.
No, the night after WrestleMania, he was a tag team match.
Yeah, it was a tag team with Triple H. Wasn't it with Triple H?
That's right.
And somebody else, Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. I think that's what it was.
So I
believe that's what it was, right?
Yeah, it was some kind of tag team match, but because they had Chris Jericho or whatever the case may be. But
Jericho, yeah.
So that's why I think Finn Balor is going to win because everybody got to win over each other in this match, except Finn.
Wait! I
lost,
keep thinking. So. Oh, okay. So he's not fighting Brock this paper. It's Great Balls of Fire. He's fighting Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, Great Balls of Fire.
So who's he fighting?
Dumbass name.
Who's he fighting? He's fighting it right here. The winner is gonna fight Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Brock and Great Balls of Fire.
Who do you got? Yeah. I got Finn.
It's like, who do you want to see face Brock?
No, who do you think is gonna win? It's not about who we want because.
Okay, so we got Finn Balor. Who else we got? We got Finn Balor,
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe.
I would say Samoa Joe, man. Because I think Finn Balor, I can't see this guy going and beating up Brock Lesnar. I need somebody. First of all, you had Braun Strowman that was gonna face him, which that makes like a hell of a fucking just an just to watch, it just looks crazy, you know? So I need somebody that's gonna legitimately look like he's gonna be able to take on Brock. And Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns are the only two guys that I can, and Bray Wyatt are the only three guys that I can say that look like they can take on Brock. Finn Balor does not look like he can take on Brock Lesnar.
Well, if we're talking about current status, I say Samoa Joe over Bray Wyatt. Because Bray Wyatt just doesn't win feuds.
Well, yeah, and I agree too. Yeah, I agree.
You know, I would love to see Bray Wyatt start going on a winning streak. I would love it, but is it going to happen? I don't know.
I would honestly rather see Seth Rollins over Finn Balor to go against Brock Lesnar. I just don't see Brock Lesnar having a really good match with Finn Balor. If anything, I don't know why. I just don't.
I see it. I see Brock ragdogging him, and then he's using his speed and do a lot of those drop kicks and the coup de grace and all the curve stomps that he do. I feel like it would be an entertaining match, but with that being said, I really don't think Brock is going to let Finn Balor get too much offense if he does win. I feel like, the offense is going to be at minimum at best.
So
I gotta check some. I gotta check some. I wonder when Brock was in New Japan who he all faced, because
I know he faced Kurt Angle and he faced Nakamura years ago. That's all I know.
And the Asian dude.
Yeah, one of the Japs, the guy with the chinky eyes.
Yeah,
I think his name is Akara, some shit like that.
Oh,
yeah,
something like.
I think it was Wrestle Kingdom 1. I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway,
here. Brian Bernard, Aki Bono.
Oh God, Aki Bono.
He did face Nakamura, Yuji Nagata, which that had to be a freaking brutal match. Nagata is not one to go around. Fujita.
I mean, for Kurt Angle, I know that. No, Kurt Angle also.
It was short.
Hold on, Kurt Angle's not on that list because he did fight Kurt Angle. I seen it recently.
Not in New Japan.
Unless it was the other Japan wrestler. What was the other one again? It wasn't New Japan. It was the other one. Whatever. I don't know.
Oh, the IGF. Yeah, there it is. IGF Tokyo Bombaye is where he faced Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And that's where Kurt Angle won the belt from him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a decent match. Definitely a decent match. But yeah, I guess we out of time, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. This is Roundtable Wrestling Radio 2.0. You heard? Because Joey had left us. And I'm Innocent from the Bronx. And ladies, you said what?
He'll be back. He's always coming back.
Oh, yeah, he'll be back. For sure. Maybe, not every week, but he'll definitely be back on and off. Let's see if Sean will be back on and off. But yeah, thank you for listening. If I sound like shit, because I've been fucking sick all week. So, yeah. Anyway, ladies, what does that mouth do? Caitlin?